Yo, what's up? It's Jesse here, JLS Comics. This is 2.0, my second take, trying to do this live freaking thing on this app here, Emoze it's called. Still want to give a shout out to Don, Comic Book Junkie, for letting me know the app exists. And he didn't really tell me, I just saw it in the description for one of his. So I know he was checking out some of the live stuff, kind of like on a mobile platform, so it's cool. I can actually stream from my phone. I have like laptops and computers around, but I wanted to be able to have an option for this. So I'm more kind of like just trying this out. And the freaking last time I did it, it did upload to YouTube, but I don't know, it screwed up and I couldn't press stop and everything, and then like I just shut off the app, but it was still recording, so it was an 8-minute thing, but it ended up being freaking like 54 minutes recorded on there, so it was pissing me off, and it had the worst freaking thumbnail. I just had to delete it, so I figured I would try it again, but a little bit different, because I already unboxed the shit, so I can't double unbox it unless I package it back up again, and I'm not about to do that. So basically I wanted to show you the things I got today, and then this will also be a haul from the convention I went to. So just really quickly, one thing, and I know Big E's Comics showed it too, but I got these here. It's the set. It's the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 15. It's the Michael Turner for Aspen Comics. The color, it's weird, it's backwards. Color, and then the sketch. So these are really beautiful. And it came in, the first time I got just the one book, the Batman, and it came in a really thin mailer, but this time it came in one of those really good cardboard things that people use for the comics. So I was happy about that. And check out this has got to be a 9.8 easy. Both of these. So I might send these off fast track and really maybe try to get a freaking slab, one of the first slabs out there. That would be awesome. So I mean, that is, straight as hell. See that? So really straight, beautiful. All right, so these two, hell yeah, I love them. I got the shipping notice for these on Friday, and it came today, so I was happy to get this. I saw the delivery thing and I was like, yes, I couldn't wait to get home. So got those too. Hey Mike, what's up? Awesome, you did your first live chat. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's cool. And to answer your question from before, it took a little bit of a delay, but it did actually upload from this app, this software, to YouTube. So it took a minute for it to show up, but it did. So the one you did, if it hasn't yet, it will already show up. So I'm actually, since you saw this before, I deleted that one. I'm showing those same books, and then I'm going to show you the ones that I got from the convention I went to. So another one I got, you guys know I'm collecting a couple of the runs, Hush, Craven's Last Hunt, some of the Catwoman and stuff. So I do have Amazing Spider-Man. This is part 2 for it, Amazing Spider-Man 293. So that's part of Craven's Last Hunt. That is just a freaking badass cover. It's really cool. I like it. All of these, it's a Mike Zeck cover, isn't it? Yeah, Mike Zeck. All these are just awesome covers. So, oh, it did upload for you. Cool. Here's another one. This is a first appearance one. It's part of year 3, Batman. Again, you saw this if you saw that first upload I did, 436. Hush, got one of these. This is number 618. Really badass Jim Lee there. Look at that Robin there. It's like a zombified. It's like, what's his name there? Arthur Suyam. He would love that cover. Then we got 616. That's another awesome cover. Really, really cool. The expensive one is 611. That's the one where Batman's like down on his knees and Superman's like clutching his cowl. I have that one on pre-order, so I think I need just like one, maybe more for Hush. And then the other thing I was talking about, if you guys saw my the video I did, the flashback review on Thursday, I was talking about the Pieta covers and that Uncanny X-Men. It was 167, I think. And that's a thing people collect. That's actually a sort of a subset of books that people go for, the runs and stuff. So I got a couple of those. One of them this is the one we're going to talk about next Thursday. is this. We're going to go through and just look at the story. I know a lot of people know the cover here. This is iconic. You know, it's just everybody knows this cover. And I remember he was telling a story about this cover, and he put like every single character in there except, I want to say except Green Lantern. Like for some reason he wasn't able to get Green Lantern in there. I'm pretty sure it was Green Lantern. I'm looking at this and I don't see Green Lantern anywhere in there, but everybody else in the DC universe is in the background except Green Lantern. And then the other one I got, this was $1, Adventure Comics. See that same pose? It's on quite a few covers. It's just classic. It's an homage to a sculpture by Michelangelo, Pieta, that depicts Mary holding Jesus after the crucifixion. So that's what they're homaging there. This cost me $1, and this is Action or Adventure Comics. It's number 5, but they did the original numbering in gray, kind of like what Marvel did with that Spider-Man run, and it's 508. If they kept to the original numbering, it's 508. So that's Blackest Night. All right. And then so that's what I got from today. So these. I love all these, but I was especially excited for these, so we'll go ahead and show them one more time. Love them. Beautiful. Whoop. Big day for the Turner stuff, right? Got the Harley Quinns. Hope you all got those. So anyways, the convention stuff. So I worked both days. I didn't have as much time as I would have wanted, or as much time as I would have hoped to go digging through the long boxes and all that good stuff. I really didn't, which is kind of a shame. But I did get two cool things. Well, two cool sets of things. One of them, I found a vendor that had like all these long boxes. There were like 7, 8, 9 of them, and huge, packed full. And they were everything in there was 25 cents. So I got, let's see. All these books, I guess I need to them. These were all like $7.50 for all these. You could go through and handpick them and stuff. It wasn't like a like a grab bag type of thing. So 25 cents, couldn't pass up some of the stuff. So I'll cruise through these. And unfortunately, I got these. I got some signatures I'll show you. And on day 2, I worked with Greg Horn, an artist, and I got some really beautiful, amazing art prints from him. He signed them and everything. So I really want to show you those. I know Amazing Murphinator was looking at one of them, eyeing this one here, actually, the black cap, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'll show you the books that I picked up. And again, these were all 25 cents. So we're talking about Aspen Comics. I got this. It's 4 points. I heard good things about that story. It's cover A. It's number 3. I don't know much about it. But other than, I've heard some fairly good things on the story there. And I mentioned this before about conversions. I have like pretty much the whole thing, but I paid a couple bucks for it. You guys know, it wasn't the greatest of stories. And because of that, you can get some of them, including the 1/100 really cheap. But I got a couple of the Tony S. Daniels covers. So this one here is Tony S. Daniel. It's number 1. It's a variant. And just seeing Harley there kind of caught my eye, so figured, what the hell, 25 cents, why not, right? Here's another one here, Tony S. Daniel again. You got some Titans that are battling it out on the front cover, so that was cool. All right, Batwoman, I got a number 3 for that, so there you go. Whoop. Number 5. These are some really cool covers too. I mean, Batwoman in the new story, I think she's going to be fairly important there. I know she's hooking back up with her girlfriend. Her girlfriend. So some of these are going to, I think they're, people are going to have a renewed interest in Batwoman, and some of these are going to, go up in price, well, value maybe. This one I think is a really stunning cover, and it's cool. It's actually a gatefold, so it folds out. And then you can see Tale of Blood. and Family Secrets. Oh yeah. With the gatefold cover. That's cool. I'm not going to keep saying 25 cents because that's just dumb. And then this is the other Batwoman I got, so number 20. I don't know how far this run went, but I have a couple others, like the Batwoman one, that pinup thing, where she's holding the bat. She's in her baseball uniform. Okay, Adam Hughes for 25 cents. Barbed wire. Come on, can't say no to that. It's Chris Warner, Patrick O'Leaf on pencils, and Tom Nguyen on ink. So cool there. It's issue 3, you can see, and then of course it does say Mr. AH down there. Anyways, that's it. Barbed wire. I also got this book. Intrigued me. I've seen some of the art, and it's beautiful. This here is Journey number 1. Aspen Comics. Okay, I'll show you the artwork in it. Well, let me show you not just a random, I don't know. It's cool. It's like a fantasy adventure-y thing. I like the bright vibrancy of the colors. So, all right. And then the next thing I got was a huge run of Justice League Dark. This is all Justice League Dark, okay? I'm going to put this run together, and with this stack here, and again, I said I wouldn't say it, but these are 25 cents each. I have a huge chunk taken out of it. I already picked up number 1 from you know, one of my friends here on YouTube, and looking forward to that. So with this and that, I should have most of it put there. So we got number 5. Okay. Got number 6. Cool cover. Number 7. This is vampires on here. And there's a couple of variants in here as well. So I'll give a shout out to the individual who I bought the book from when I get it in the mail and actually put it in a haul. But I don't want to do that until I have the book and everything. So we were talking. He already sent me, you know, like the thing. So it's going to be going out in the mail. He said tomorrow. So okay, that's number 13. All right, so after we get through these, I'm going to show you some of the signed books, and then I'll show you those art prints. This is number 21. So it looks like, yeah, no, this was Jeff Lemire, but yeah, it looks like Jeff Lemire came on, I don't know if it was issue 9 or issue 10, but we had Peter Milligan, because they always do the writer first, and then, you know, pencil. So they had Peter Milligan here at 8, and then on 10 it went to Jeff Lemire. So I don't know. And then it looks like the rest of these are all Jeff Lemire shite. All right, Trinity War. This is number 23. Oh, and the paper changed too. They went to this thicker, glossier feel of a you know, cover here. Thicker paperweight. This here, number 24. Justice League Dark, you know, it's coming up. It's optioned and all that. So I ended up getting 2 of these. Whoop, 2 of these accidentally. At first I said shit, and then I said, you know what? 25 cents. Doesn't fucking matter. All right, Mike Jaden cover. That's cool, right? Look at that. All right. Number 31. Okay. This one's cool. This is a variant here. It's 75 Years of Batman. For 33. 35 was the Monsters of the Month variant. Okay, I mean, that's pretty cool. Or a quarter. 36. Okay. Another 36, the Lego variant. Okay, and then there'll be one more coming up. I think this run went to 40. No, I don't think it did. I know it did. Here's 37. That's a really cool cover. Okay. And 38. Okay. So as you can see, I got most of the run there. And again, I have number 1 that I ordered from one of my friends here on here, who I will shout out when it comes. But that only leaves a few more for that entire run to be finished, all in one weekend, and all for $7 plus what I paid today for the issue 1. So can't beat that, right? So I met some really cool artists. I got to talk with a few of them, and these were part of that. Just a couple of G.I. Joes. And the only reason I got these was because I love the Baroness. So these are from like 2002, 2004. It is, what's his name? Joe Benitez. And he had a Devil's Due Publishing for this one. And then this was cover B for issue 8, and that's by IDW. But anyways, I just, I like the Baroness. So pick those up. All right, so back to the artists. You guys should know, what was that? I'm a Spider-Gwen fan. I like Spider-Gwen. So I have a lot of her stuff. This is limited edition comics. I think this is a beautiful, stunning, stunning cover. And I met Jorge Molina, who did this cover. He's very shy, very introverted, and very, very small. I think he's like 5 feet tall. But nice guy nonetheless. Nice to talk to. Didn't say much, but he was more than happy to sign this book. And he, when I pulled it out, he was like I saw his eyes lit up. Like I could tell he was proud of this cover. And he actually had a print for this on his table for sale and stuff. So it was cool to be able to see that and get that book signed. So I was really happy about that. Another one, it was Ramon Perez. He did all new Hawkeye with Jeff Lemire. So that is a really cool signature. Check that out. All these people I met were super nice. He was more than happy to do this. He was like really talkative, tell me about the story and everything, and some of his like art process that he does for this. And nice guy. Their tables weren't terribly busy. I know when I was working with Greg, like sometimes people would come, they would go. It was almost like they would come in waves, and there'd be times when there was a bit of a lull. And I think maybe I hit this part of Artist Alley when there was a bit of a lull, because they were like really happy to talk to me. This one, I didn't really have much, to be honest with you, by this guy to get signed. But what I did was, and this would maybe help you guys if you're trying to think of things to do. So I have all my entire collection. It's Robin War #1. I have my entire collection cataloged and recorded online at comicbookdb.com. So DB meaning database. So what I did, and you can search there by pretty much anything. You can search the entire database. You can search in your collection by the title, by a character, by a number, by a creator. So what I did was I pulled up the website that had all the list of the comic book guests, and I would see all the names and everything. So then I would go over to my database and I would search only in my collection for the artist, and it would pull up everything in my collection that had that artist name associated with it. Whether they did the cover, the inks, the pencils, the writing, whether they were, editor, whether they, I don't know. I'm starting to think of something stupid to say, but any sort of association with the book that they would be tied to. So this happened to be one. It's Robin War. It's #1 of 2. And it was Kerry Randolph. Really cool guy. Love talking to him. He's a Boston guy too, actually. If you guys don't know, I know Amazing Murphinator does. I originally hail from Boston. I came down to Florida probably like 10 years ago now, so it hasn't been that long in sort of the grand scheme of things, since I'm an old man now, that I've been down here. But it's always nice to meet people from that area, that have success. And Kerry Randolph is a Bostonian. He even had Red Sox hat on. And he was doing commissions and stuff. So I didn't get to talk to him on the first day too much, because he had an appointment, or scheduled. Like he was signing a couple things. He signed this for me real quick, and then he had to run off to meet Morena Baccarin, from Deadpool, to get it was a photo op that he did. So he had to run off for her. But then the second day, I had one of my breaks. When I left the booth, I went over and he was doing a commission and stuff, and talked to him a little bit. And if you check out my the video I did for the convention, there's him there drawing Storm. for a commission. And it's just, watching these people when they do it, actually sketching it out, penciling it, the inks, the shading, everything. It's like, when you're watching them, the time just flies by. It's like almost like meditating on what they're doing. It's really cool, really captivating just to see these lines and colors are just like black and white just come to life. And like at first you don't really know what they're drawing or like why that line, how does that make sense, and then all of a sudden it just sort of like just comes to life. It just like, it's amazing. It's really cool. So like I was watching him draw and just kind of like zoned in on that for a while, but I managed to get a little bit on film for you. So next one was Scott Hepburn. He did this. I had him sign a graphic novel because I didn't really have much from him. This is Orchid. He did this with Tom Morello. It's for Dark Horse again. And the cover is Massimo Carnevale, but Scott did the interior work. And I'm trying to see when this is from. 2012. It's a really cool story. That's his. When I pulled this out, he was like, oh wow, I haven't seen too many of those today. And again, like the other one that I mentioned to you, he had this on Jorge Molina. He had this on He had this on his. See, that's what when you don't edit. When you do this, you screw up all the time, and everybody gets to see it. He had this on his table as well, so it was cool. All right. So I got to get like a bag for that too. That one's exposed. So anyways, I got a few things signed. And because I was working, there was some other people there. Greg Capullo, Neil Adams was there. I didn't get anything signed by him, but I got to talk with him. I talked with his son too. Really cool guy. Kind of like a little bit almost set in his ways. He's getting up there in his age and everything. And I'm not going to say any of the other stuff, any of the other stories now. But, he is nice. He jokes and stuff with his fans, with the people buying his stuff. But I'll leave it at that. And then Fabian Nicieza as well had a huge line. And I was just on a break. So, unfortunately, I had some Batman for Capullo and, some stuff, X-Force and stuff for Fabian. But, unfortunately, I didn't get them to sign those things. So, I also saw Jose Delbo. Tons of people were there, so anyways, one of the people that was there and a person that I had the utmost pleasure of working with and working for was Mr. Greg Horn, who does a lot of sort of like Chris Delaro, who was on Comic Book Fanatics yesterday on Comic Talk. Pin-up style, very beautiful. He does like pencil translated over to digital medium. So it's traditional translated to digital. And he was telling me, actually, it was interesting. He got his start doing airbrushing. And he was doing, the cars, with the hydraulics, he started off airbrushing those cars, specifically those cars. And, it evolved into where he is now. So he has some really stunning, really amazing pieces. And I have some of them here. A lot of really awesome covers. I got to know him via the Emma Frost series, and he did that entire run. I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the covers. And if you remember one of my videos from last year, I actually had him sign stuff. So to be able to, see one of these people and be able to work with them, and, kind of like spend a day with them was just, it was awesome. It was quite an experience. So I was really happy and grateful for that. It was a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but it was a hell of a lot of fun too. So it was cool. And working for these, and talking up the art, talking comics, talking about the characters, it was awesome. And he told me some really cool stories that I will not say here. I'll do it on one of the off-air chats. How about that? So the first one here is Black Cat. She's stealing the family jewels, apparently. Beautiful, beautiful. And some of these, I don't have the right lighting, but it's printed on a thick paper, and some of them are photoreactive. So you hold it up to the light, and it like looks dark. But in the light, like some things will show up that you never would have seen. So this is one of the ones I was talking about. This is a cover for Emma Frost #1, and you can see he signed it. I got to get frames for these. I was telling Punisher 88 that, you know, Michael's is a good place to buy frames. These are 11 by 17. I think that's a fairly common frame size. But, you know, I need to heed my own advice and go get one myself. I need to go get a few myself, actually. This one here reminds me of one of the covers for Kraven's Last Hunt. Spider-Man. Fucking light. Kraven's Last Hunt thing. So, Spider-Man with the grave. Here lies Spider-Man. Look at the lightning, right? It's just really amazing the amount of detail and depth and life that they can really bring to the art through the digital medium that, you know, they couldn't really do when it was, you know, dot matrix printers and just like charcoal, and, you know, it was just completely different back then. So before digital. So this is one. Okay, this one is just fucking awesome. It's he called it batshit crazy. So basically, in this picture, the Joker is over here, and he's somehow controlling Batman, and Batman's like fuck, make it stop, and look at, he's like stabbing himself through the hand, right? And look at his eyes. But it's cool. So it's Batman, you got the people up here, and this is like his mind, and it's just like going crazy, and he's stabbing himself to get all those thoughts out of his head, out of him. It's cool. I think it's a powerful image. I really like it. And then one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite X-Men, and she kind of looks like Angelina Jolie in this picture. One of the customers actually pointed that out, and I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, you're right, that does. I think it's the cheekbones. Anyways, this is Psylocke. How cool is that? Signed again, see? Look at that face. Tell me that doesn't look a little bit like Angelina Jolie. Like the lips, the cheekbones, those come hither eyes. I think those are cool. There's a couple different ones that he had for Psylocke. This one I think he called Psylocke at the Beach. Okay. Very cool, right? These will look a lot better in frames, but I'm showing you these like this for now. So that's the pictures I got. I'm hoping there's something coming up. I think it's in September called Animate, which is like anime cosplay sort of a thing. And I'm hoping he'll have a booth there, and that I'll be able to work there again. I would really like that opportunity. But if not, I hope he's still there, because there's a few other of the prints that I really want to buy. So if I need to buy them that way, I will absolutely do that. There was one, and you can find it online. He called it the Ultimate Cat Trap. And if you ever go to his booth, he'll probably show you and tell you the story, and his delivery on it is hilarious. But it's basically Batman is in the background, and then you have Black Cat, Catwoman, excuse me, in front of him, kind of like crouched down and like kneeling, and there's a bowl of milk in front of her. and it's like he goes, it's the ultimate cat trap. Batman has the milk, and like the cat lady is like down there like trying to lap it up. And then there's another one that I know that Ray Jr. from Comic Book Fanatics would like, and he kind of like, he saves it for military personnel. So if you're military personnel and you happen to go to his booth, ask him about the Power Girl and the drill sergeant. Okay, Power Girl doing push-ups, and then the drill sergeant behind him. Love it. It's cool. And the other thing I got, it's a Galaxy Takeout. I don't know. This artist was just trying to get his name out, so he gave me this for free. It's interesting. Yeah. And then on this side, it's cool colors and stuff. The Advent of Benny Gravitz. I don't know who that is. I haven't really looked it up, but it says Galaxy Takeout right there. But it'll look cool, you know, on the wall with some of the other stuff that I have. So that's what I got. So you got my books from today, you got my haul here from the convention, and the art prints that I know some people were asking me about showing. So really, really happy with these, especially this one. I just freaking love it. Yeah, it's cool. I wish I had the lights to show this. You know, like, you know, the way so that the images could show up the way I would want them to. Anyways, I guess the last thing just to remind you guys about would be, now that we got all this shit out of the way, no, I'm just kidding, I love this stuff, would be tomorrow, Tuesday, it'll be episode 2 of the Comic Conversation. I gotta think of maybe a better name. I don't know, just something I thought it was a slightly punny kind of name, so it stuck. I've been using it. But Tuesday, nevertheless, whatever I call it, it'll be Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Episode 2, and we're going to talk about, because it's Tuesday, all the books coming out on Wednesday, the next day, what we're looking for, hot books, things that maybe people are like, nah, duh. So we're going to like kind of go around the panel and each give books. Instead of me saying everything, it'll be the panel, saying what they're looking forward to. And then we got some really great news to talk about as well. A lot of things, like the Turners, the big thing with the Harleys today. There's a lot of stuff, Rebirth, Marvel Now stuff, some movie news, some different things. So we got a lot on the itinerary, a lot of talking points to go over. So I'm really excited for that. Some really good people will be joining me as always. So I'm thankful to them as well. And it just, if anything else, will be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that. So that'll do it for today. I'm going to shut down this live thing here. Hopefully I fucking do it right this time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I should be able to press this and make it stop. And it's not working, of course. That's what happened to me last time. Son of a bitch. Fucking A. I can't press it. Nope, it's not letting me press it. I'm gonna have to do it this way.